we'll be talking about the top 10 harem animes with overpowered MCs. Let's get right into it.
問題ない。
Number 10. Anti-Magic Academy, the 35th Test Platoon. The 35th Test Platoon of Anti-Magic Academy is one of the squads enrolled at an academy specializing in raising the witch hunters, whose job is to find and neutralize any magical threats. Takeru Kusanagi goes to Anti-Magic Academy, a training facility for inquisitors of heretics who crack down on the dwindling threat posed by magic users. However, Takeru cannot use guns at all and can only fight with a sword. As a result, he is relegated to the 35th Test Platoon, the motley small fry platoon for poor students. Takeru is one of the last remaining practitioners of the Kusanagi style and is a naturally skilled swordsman. Having been taught the true light style by his father prior to his death, Takeru sought his family's still surviving ancestor, Orochi, to learn the family's ancient techniques, the double-edged style, after his family's demise. The story revolves around him and girls in 35th Test Platoon. Number 9. Akashic Records of Bastard Magic Instructor. Sistine Fabel and her best friend Rumia Tingo are students at a prestigious magical academy, where Sistine hopes to be trained by the best there is, in order to unravel the secrets of the mysterious Sky Castle, per her grandfather's last wish. When her favorite instructor suddenly retires, his replacement, Glenn Radars, is anything but what Sistine had hoped for, as he appears lazy, incompetent, and not that skilled at magic. However, following an attack on their school, Sistine quickly realizes that Glenn's unorthodox teaching methods may have more merit than she originally assumed. While he may seem incompetent, he is actually very skilled in magic, but not in the traditional sense. He developed his own type of magic, called the Fool's World, which negates the activation of all magic within a certain radius, including his own. Glenn used to be as passionate about magic, and was famous in the past as the infamous military assassin known as the Fool.
Do you mean... Wait, hold on! Aren't you taking this a little too fast? We just met this morning!
Number 8. Absolute Duo. Toru Kokonoe enrolls in Koryo Academy, a high school where its students battle each other with weapons known as Blaze, as training to become future peacekeepers. The students must pass a battle during the qualification ceremony of the freshman day in order to be enrolled in the academy. Although most students manifest their blazes as melee weapons, Toru's ability manifests as a shield, making him an irregular. The school uses a special duo system in which students are assigned partners. Tor is paired with Yuli Sigtuna, a silver-haired girl from Scandinavia, and must share a room with her. He meets other girls too. Tomoe Tachibana is described as a smart and talented, and possesses a dignified atmosphere. Miyabi Hotoka, Tor's classmate who forms a duo with Tomoe. Her blaze is a huge and heavy lance, which is capable of doing large-scale destruction. Number 7. Arifureta, from Commonplace to World's Strongest. The MC Hajime Nagumo and the rest of his class are transported to a fantasy world to save the world from monsters. All of his classmates get powerful magical abilities, while Hajime only gains the ability to transmute solid materials, a common ability usually found in craftsmen and smiths. During the dungeon raid, he is betrayed by one of his classmates and dropped to the bottom of the dungeon. He survives the fall, but loses his hand. He starts killing and eating monsters to get their abilities. In time, he becomes stronger than his classmates. On his journey, he meets with the imprisoned vampire Yue, and is later joined by the bunny-eared Shea, the dragonoid Tio, and others. He returns to the surface and surprises everyone with his powers. He can now create and use guns, vehicles in the world where both are not present.
まるでスローモーションだ。はい、金貨1枚。
Number 6. In another world with my smartphone. 15-year-old Toya Mochizuki is accidentally killed by God. As an apology, God allows him to be resurrected. But since he cannot send him back to his old world, he instead reincarnates him into a fantasy world along with a special request. Toya uses his request in order to bring his smartphone into the new world with him, which God modifies. God also greatly amplifies Toya's physical, magical, and cognitive abilities to a certain degree as a further apology for the inconvenience of killing him. Taking full advantage of his second chance at life, Toya befriends many different people, mainly females and high-ranking people in the new world. He begins to travel from country to country, solving political disputes, minor quests, and nonchalantly enjoying himself with his newfound allies. Number 5. The devil is a part-timer. The demon lord Satan seeks to conquer the world of Ente Isla by annexing its 4 continents with the help of his demon generals Alciel, Lucifer, Malakota, and Adremalech. After being confronted by the hero Amelia and her companions, after they had killed Malasota and Adremalech, Satan and Alciel escaped the world of Ente Isla through a gate to modern Tokyo, Japan. However, due to the lack of magic in the modern contemporary world, both Satan and Alciel changed into forms representing what they would look like if they were human. In order to survive, Satan takes a part-time job in a fast food restaurant named McRonald. He and other demons can turn into their original forms when people around him are filled with despair. However, when he changes his form to his devil form, he uses his powers for good deeds, such as repairing the city, which always makes the characters confused due to his position as the Devil King. He had always been like that, and was never once his evil overlord that the people of Ente Isla had grown to fear and hate. In actuality, he did the evil things he did to help his people, the other demons. Number 4. Strike the Blood. On Itogami Island, a man-made island south of Japan which had developed into a monster and demon sanctuary, Kojo Akatsuki is suspected of being the 4th progenitor, a powerful vampire that could potentially disrupt the balance of power among the world's 3 ruling progenitors. Kojo was an ordinary high schooler before becoming a vampire and is reluctant to use the powers which he barely controls. Yukina Himuragi is a neophyte sword shaman whose first mission is to observe him. Before long, Kojo is the center of attention of many who are concerned about the risks he represents. Kojo and Yukina befriend various students and others, some of whom are attracted to Kojo, and whose situations drive his libido, which provides the source of much of his power. Kojo possesses common vampire traits, such as superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, and regeneration. But as a progenitor, he also possesses greater powers, especially the capacity to control familiars, of which he inherited 12 from his predecessor.
Please, young Iruma, won't you be my grandson?
Number 3. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. The story follows Iruma Suzuki, a 14-year-old human boy who is sold to a demon by his parents. The demon, known as Sullivan, takes Iruma to the demon world and officially adopts him as his grandson. He enrolls Iruma in the Babel School for Demons, where he is the headmaster. Due to his parents' neglect, he was unable to attend regular school in the human world, and had to work a variety of jobs from a young age to support himself. However, his odd jobs led him to be able to dodge anything that would hit him. This ability gains him the respect and admiration of Alice, who later becomes his first friend at Babel's after Iruma dodges all of his attacks. During the demon rank placement exams, his rank was immeasurable due to the rank owl giving him Demon King ring instead of a rank badge, so he was placed in the lowest rank, Aleph. Iruma also accidentally made his homeroom teacher, Kalego, his familiar. There was no demon before who had summoned his demon as a familiar. However, Iruma is a human who will eventually become Demon King. Number 2. Sword Art Online. In 2022, a VR MMORPG called Sword Art Online is released. With the Nerve Gear, a helmet that stimulates the user's 5 senses via their brain, players can experience and control their in-game characters with their minds. Both the game and the Nerve Gear were created by Akihiko Kayaba. 10,000 players log into SAO for the first time, only to discover that they are unable to log out. Kayaba appears and tells the players that they must beat all 100 floors of Minecraft, a steel castle which is the setting of SAO, if they wish to be free. Those who suffer in-game deaths or forcibly remove the Nerve Gear out of game will suffer real-life deaths. The MC, Kazuto Kirito Kirigaya, is one of the 1,000 testers in the game's previously closed beta. With the advantage of previous VR gaming experience and a drive to protect other beta testers from discrimination, he isolates himself from the great groups and plays the game alone, bearing the mantle of beater, a portmanteau of beta tester and cheater.
大丈夫ですか?
Number 1. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? The story follows the exploits of Belle Cranel, a 14-year-old solo adventurer. Belle attempted to enter numerous familia, but was rejected by each one. Hestia, a goddess, unable to find members willing to join her familia, asked him if he'd like to become the first member of her familia. He looks up to Ainz Wallenstein, a famous and powerful swordsman who once saved his life, and with whom he fell in love. He is unaware that several other girls, deities and mortals alike, also developed affection towards him, most notably Hestia herself, as he also gains allies and improves himself with each new challenge he faces. Belle has the ability called Liaris Phrase, which increases the speed of Belle's growth as long as his feelings last. The strength of the effects is related to the strength of Belle's feelings. Due to this, he levels up quickly and gets abilities like Firebolt, Ox Slayer, which increases all of his abilities when fighting raging bull-type monsters, essentially making Belle stronger than his actual level. Luck, which improves his luck, such as finding resources in the dungeon and getting dropped more frequently. Abnormal resistance negates the effects of abnormalities such as poison. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it and want more videos like this, then leave a like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments.